100 for 100. The podcast we're in. Your boy, C, the host of this bit of business. Take 100 movies for all you new movie watchers out there who are looking at getting into film, or if you already love film, there might be a couple of these that you missed. I took the 100 films that I think you should watch. I think you should check out. Everybody needs to check out these movies, entry-level films. And I ranked them from 100 to 1 for your pleasure. And then I wrote a 100-word review about each one of these bits of businesses. Yesterday, we talked about Boys in the Hood. And if I rambled a little bit yesterday, or if I sounded distracted, it's because because there was some nonsense happening right outside the podcast studio, and I was trying to figure out what was going on. But still, yesterday we talked about Boys in the Hood, the 1991 joint, man. Very good movie. Today we couldn't go further from the difference of Boys in the Hood. Number 51 gives us Marvel's The Avengers. And as far as I know, nope, I'm sorry. We have one more MCU movie left on this list. Marvel's The Avengers, 2012 joint directed by Joss Whedon, who was at one point Nerd King. And then you find out, kind of an asshole. But let's get into this business right here, this 100-word review. The film that should never have worked. Marvel's The Avengers cobbled together a number of separate franchises into a picture that's far more entertaining as the sum of its parts. Picking up threads from the previous films, Joss Whedon managed to deftly match their tones while adding more layers and depth to each of the characters. The only detraction from the joyride is the lackluster score from Alan Silvestri, and it is quite bland. Featuring solid turns from the main 6 Avengers and a scene-chewing Tom Hiddleston as Loki, Marvel's The Avengers remains a fun, witty film that can be enjoyed at any time. Man, I love me some Avengers. I rewatched it. Last time I rewatched it was whatever day Endgame dropped, so late April. It's the last time I watched it. Took off work, watched Avengers, Age of Ultron, and Infinity War. Then I went and saw Endgame. This movie really does hold up, I think. Even as Marvel films have gotten better, I think, since then, since 2012, it still holds its own as a good film. The colors are bright and vibrant. The interactions between the characters, which you've been waiting to see, since we knew that there was going to be something leading to the Avengers, we were all just patiently waiting through each film to start seeing those characters interact. And when it finally did, man, it did not disappoint, man. It's funny. It's fun. It's got some good dark moments in there. Like when Widow is talking to Loki about the Redner Ledger. That's some good development for Black Widow. Whenever there's a group movie, there's usually a process that they have to go through, the storming, norming, performing. If you've been to leadership school and military, you know what that shit's all about. The group has to come together for a reason. The group can never just gel at the very beginning, especially when you have egos, like Tony Stark's giant ego in there, battling against Cap's super uber righteousness. There's going to be the butting of the heads before everything can kind of congeal and, they come together as a team. And I had a sneaky suspicion that Coulson's death was going to be what brought them all together. Unfortunately, I was right. Coulson's death is what really brings them together. So they're not really a team. They are not the Avengers until the third act. Then you get the Battle of New York, which as far as MCU battles, man, the Battle of New York is where it's at. I still, the long take, that whole Warner is still probably one of my top 5 favorite moments from a MCU Marvel movie. It's just so much fun. It's fun. That's all you can say about this movie. And that's what you want out of your summer joints. You can just go buy a bag of corn, shove it in your face with a giant diabetes string, and just watch the fun unfurl on the screen or at home. So I think I've talked enough about the Avengers. We've all seen it multiple times. We know what it's about. Check out number 51 on the list, Marvel's The Avengers.